It's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Piofiore, and we're getting down to it. I mean, we're in chapter 6, and Orlok's probably going to come kill us or some shit. We have 2 save files we have to create in this chapter for more bad endings, so I'm assuming we're going to end up dead. Although, I'm pretty sure in the tragic ending he's going to kill us anyway, but whatever. So, we're doing the good ending first, obviously, so we'll be fine. When did I fall asleep? The sun had set already. I guess it's about time for Orlok to be arriving with my meal. I want to talk to Orlok, but I still wasn't sure what to say. But saying anything would be better than keeping quiet like this. I was slowly stirring myself awake when the door opened without a knock. I saw a figure come through the doorway. Orlok? Oh, he looks angry. Orlok always knocked on the door. Seeing him enter like this was confusing me. He had a grave expression on his face. Space, answer me. What? What's the matter? Something isn't right. I could feel a strange tension when Orlok spoke. Answer me, please. Of course. I didn't know what was happening, but he seemed eased by my reply. If you could save someone by sacrificing yourself, what would you do? Would you do it? Sacrifice yourself? What an odd question. Maybe in one of the bad endings he dies. We have to scroll down here. Whoops. Yep. I'm just saying. I mean, I made obviously the save between the last part and this part, but like, otherwise I'll get confused. I'm afraid of dying. I had no idea why Orlok was asking me such a question, but if my answer will help, then I'm afraid of dying. I wouldn't be able to decide right away, even if it was to save someone. So I think if we said if it was for someone I love, is he going to sacrifice himself? Or he's going to kill us? I don't know. The tragic bad ending, we're going to die, so. He looked at me intently. I'm sorry. I know that what I said isn't what a true saint would say, but I'm just a normal person. You're a human. Yes, I am. I also think that I can do more for everyone if I were to live. What would you do? No matter how small, each good thing we do can greatly help someone in need. So, you wish to live to help others? Yes. All I would hope for in return is a smile. That's right. It feels good to see someone smile. He mumbled as if in some kind of trance. Being alive means that I can meet those who are in need. In the same way that you've been there for people who need you, Orlok. Someone needs me? Why, yes. Do you remember how happy the children were when you played with them? I chuckled, remembering Orlok smiling and playing with the children at the church. I see. He was deep in thought. After a moment, Orlok looked at me again and sighed. Oh dear. Well, this is an intense CG, isn't it? Orlok brandished his dagger, pointing it at my neck. Why is he... But Orlok wasn't moving. It looked like he was confused. The tip of his dagger was shaking and too far away to cut me. He asked me another question. I want you to tell me something. Is peace more precious than everything else? What was Orlok trying to get at? I responded... Next save, because again, we're going to die if we say yes. Yes, peace is precious, and something that we should be working toward. But I think there's something more precious than peace. And that is happiness. Peace without happiness isn't true peace. Orlok looked surprised. I tried my best to speak as honestly as possible. If the only way of obtaining peace was forcing suffering onto others, then the peace obtained through their sacrifices wouldn't be peaceful at all. The peace obtained through suffering. I know it's not easy finding a way for everyone to be happy, but I don't think we should give up. Aw, he looks so torn. I saw tears starting to well up in Orlok's eyes. It's like so pained. The tip of his dagger was still shaking, but no longer pointed at my neck. I can't. The dagger dropped to the floor. I'm sorry. I was going to... It's okay. I mean, it was scary, but I'm fine, Orlok. I'm sure you had a good reason. She's so understanding and trusting. I trusted in him. Yeah, I mean, I can't really blame her for trusting him, but it's still funny. She's like, huh, I'm sure you had a good reason. Most people would be a little more like, huh, the fuck, yo? And then when he explains, you're like, oh, okay, I understand your reasoning, but the fuck? Like, there was no way he would do something like this without a reason. Even if it was a the fuck yo reason. As a disciple, I've killed countless people. Orlok slowly began speaking in a sullen voice that I'd never heard before. And today, I was going to kill you. But, I don't want to kill you. Orlok, I want to protect you. And yet, his words felt like his heart was screaming for help. What happened? Why were you trying to kill me? I forced myself to ask him for a reason. Orlok didn't say anything for a moment, but then he slowly uncovered the truth. His Excellency has commanded your death. He said it was part of the prophecy. The people would awaken with your death and stand up to the Mafia here. He said that was the will of God. It can't be. I always thought that His Excellency was a just man. I believed in him. This is sad. It's like, oh, you just realize your dad's a dick. I thought that fulfilling his will was what God wanted from me. I believed that what I was doing was for the betterment of this world. Oh, his whole world just came crashing down. Orlok looked down at his open hands. But for all that was worth, I didn't believe that you should die. His world is still crashing down. That didn't just come down, it is like crumbling in front of his eyes, poor thing. Orlok must be having the same doubts I had about Bishop Rosberg. But doubting Bishop Rosberg meant that he was rejecting the life he had lived until now. Which is hard. Orlok probably doesn't know who to believe anymore. I could only imagine his suffering. But I wasn't able to give Orlok the answers he was looking for. Doing so would only make me do the same that Bishop Rosberg had done to him. Orlok, let me share my thoughts with you. It's wrong to take another person's life. It's something that can't be forgiven. But if the deed is done, one needs to atone for their sins. As a disciple, what I've done is my sin. I fought and killed with all I had. Was I wrong all this time? Is there no meaning for me to live? Orlok, what you've done may have been wrong, and repentance won't bring them back from the dead. But there's a meaning for you to be alive. There's always a meaning to be alive. Huh? I appreciate what you've done for me, Orlok. I'm still alive because of you. That much I know is certain. And I can not quite forgive you for killing Nicola. Orlok looked at me with a blank stare. Your feelings are genuine and pure. You may have been in the wrong, but you've sacrificed yourself in the name of God, haven't you? I took Orlok's hand and held it tightly, and probably going to kill Dante before the end of this because Dante is not going to be like, oh, you were just doing what Bishop Rosberg said? Cool, we'll kill him instead. He's like, you killed my dad and my fucking cousin. You're dead. Like, you've literally made Dante snap. The only thing worse you could have done is killed Dante and made Nicola snap, is all I'm saying, because we've seen what happens when Nicola snaps. Like, he's going to dress you up pretty dresses and assault you. Not actually bad for us. Bad for Orlok. Good for us, though. I took Orlok's hand and held it tightly. I think we read that. It's painful seeing you suffering like this. I'm not in pain just because you saved my life. I'm in pain because I love you. Girl. Space. I had learned so much about Orlok from up close. I knew who he was. I couldn't just leave him alone. He was more than a regular person to me. He was someone with a pure heart who did his best to protect me with all his might. Soon after I realized who he was, I then wanted to protect him in return. I don't know who or what to believe, but his eyes weren't sullen anymore. They were alive with a powerful light. But I know I can believe in you, even if you aren't a living saint. I believe in you from the bottom of my heart. Orlok squeezed my hands in his. I love you. I believe in you. Well, it's better than thank you, but we need to get out of here. If His Excellency discovers that I didn't kill you, he'll send another disciple to do it in my place. We need to leave this town. Huh? It's not just His Excellency. We have too many enemies in Berlone. Leaving town is our safest choice. Do we need to leave now? It must be now. If not, it'll be too late. Can I say farewell to everyone? To Sister Sophia? What part of now did you not get, Spacey? I hesitantly asked if I could say farewell. He shook his head sadly. This is time number 2 that she did something stupid. This is more understandable, but like, don't run into dark alleys! Instantly runs into a dark alley. You idiot! Only time I have really called her out for being a dumb fuck. It's the only time she's been a dumb fuck. That one instance. This, though, is like, well, were you not listening to him, Curl? Stop. This is understandable. We all have those moments like, so like by now, you mean like right now? Like, can I do this first? No, like now. So like 10 minutes from now? No, like now. like it hasn't sunk in and registered, but it's still kind of funny. She's a really good character is all I'm saying. So like when she has derpy moments like this, you're like, idiot. Whereas in other games, you're like, no, I expect this from you because you're just that dumb. But she's smarter than that. I'm sorry. We can't go to the church. It's likely being watched. I wish to protect you, so I can't let you go where I know there will be danger. It pained me to hear that I couldn't say goodbye to everyone at the church, but Orlok is trying to save me. He turned his back on the person he most trusted just for me. I need to make a decision now. Okay, let's escape. Together. Aw, get a sweet little smile. Orlok's expression softened, hearing my answer. He then held my hand firmly. We quickly made our way out of the room. Was there any place we could run to? I was certain the Mafia had soldiers looking for us out in the streets. Bishop Rosberg wouldn't let us get away so easily either. A pang of anxiety filled my heart. Even so, this was what we chose. A path that Orlok and I have chosen. The end. I'm just kidding. We headed down a secluded alley to try and escape from the town. We've got like 2 more chapters. Orlok went ahead to see how things were. He returned with some bad news. We can't go that way. What did you see? I'm not sure who they are, but they've blocked the street ahead. Orlok pointed in the direction we were headed, but there was only one street leading out of Berlone. Escaping through the forest is one option, though perhaps not suited for the 2 of us. The forest is inhabited by wolves, so it would be dangerous to take you there. I heard news of tourists finding their way into the forest, only to be killed by wolves. The forest would take longer too, which means we can't escape before sunlight. Is there any other way out? Another way. I assume the Mafia has the wharf covered too. It's my fault. I didn't think escaping from here would be so difficult. How about we head back to the hideout? His Excellency knows the location. It's too risky. We were out of options. After thinking a while, Orlok made a reluctant suggestion. Let's go to the Foul Zone Manor and try to explain things to Dante and get his protection. Sounds like a great idea! Let's not do that. Let's go to Strano. It'll be easy to hide there. Strano? Yes, we can hide and wait for the right time to make our escape from Berlone. Strano's densely populated, so we may be able to hide ourselves among the people. Then again, the place is rife with crime. But don't worry, I'll keep you safe. Orlok assured me that it would be okay. I'm not worried, Orlok. I know you'll protect me. Orlok quickly looked away, seeing my smile. Let's get some hair dye and While I wondered to myself about Orlok, we began to head towards Strano. Once there, we managed to find an abandoned home to take shelter for now. We cleaned the place up, dusting the rooms and gathering together what we needed. It wasn't in the best condition, but I was sure life here would be much better for Orlok. I'm sure I had some salted cod left over. We even have potatoes. I lit the fire under the pot as I thought of what I could make with our ingredients. Salted cod and potatoes? Strano was very expensive when it came to food. I needed to use every ounce carefully. Making meals with the little resources we had made it a challenge to prepare daily meals. The oven you fixed is working fine now. Thank you, Orlok. I'm glad. Are there any other tools you need? No, we have all the cooking utensils and tableware we need. How about water? After dinner should be fine. Oh! I looked into the water jug. It was practically empty. Let me get some water. Orlok, wait. I'll go with you. We can carry more water back so that we don't run out so quickly. Understood. Plus, if we have to run, we can run together. We'll be together. It'll be nicer. We stepped outside our ramshackle home. Into the arms of Dante Falzone! Huh? Aren't you... Oh, my... A familiar young boy called to me from behind. It was the young boy I met back when I went to do the provisioning. I knew it. You're that person from the church. What are you doing here? Well, I glanced at Orlok. He looked sharply at the young boy. I hurriedly tugged Orlok a few steps back and whispered into his ear. No, Orlok. Having someone here who knows you will only increase the risk of our whereabouts being discovered. Even so, please don't. Orlok didn't say anything more. I turned around and headed back to the boy. I'm actually hiding myself. It'd be great if you didn't tell anyone you saw me here. I don't know. Orlok will kill you if you tell. I said no, Orlok. I quickly pushed Orlok back again, seeing him put his hand into his coat. I'm just kidding. Sure, you want to keep it secret, right? Not that I care whether you elope or not, but it's pretty shady for a sister of the church. Well, sure, that's right. I'm not a sister, but I suppose I should play along. He's like, ha, nun's getting busy. Elope? Elope? For some reason, Orlok kept mumbling the word he just heard. Does he not know what it means? He's like, elope. Elope. It looks just like elope. So, what are you doing here? Were you going someplace? Wasn't doing anything. I was getting hungry, so I figured I'd search the place. Didn't make any money today, but maybe there are some scraps around. I see. I'm gonna prepare dinner shortly myself. Would you like to join us? Huh? You sure? Yes. Consider it a friendly gesture. Oh my god, Orlok and I just eloped and have a son. Well, Orlok, meet your son. Boy. It's no name. I recalled being worried about him, seeing how thin and frail he was. We weren't necessarily well fed ourselves, but I could share my food with him. I wanted to offer him a meal, not because he found us, but because I wanted to help. I suddenly turned around and looked at Orlok. He was frowning, as expected, but his frown disappeared as he saw me look at him. I'm sorry, Orlok. I just couldn't... There's no need to apologize. In this situation, your actions were expected. I understand being a busybody is a nuisance, especially with how things are now. Which is why I felt relieved knowing that Orlok took my decision favorably. After fetching some water, we returned to our home. I prepared a meal for Orlok and our sudden guest of honor, which we still don't know this kid's fucking name. Could they give the kid a name aside from question mark, question mark, question mark? Wow! This tastes so much better than the food at the provisioning! He was happily scarfing down the food I made. I'm happy you like it. It's nothing fancy, though. Heck! I can eat this every day! Well then, let's just say that the meal here is payment to keep you quiet. Keep me quiet? So you don't say a word that we're here. In turn, you can come here when you're hungry. Is it a deal? Got it! It's a deal! How about it, Orlok? And that's fine. It's your decision. And Orlok took the bread on the table and handed it to me. I could get more ingredients for an extra mouth without a problem. So you eat too. I was surprised he noticed that I was splitting my share with the boy. Thank you, Orlok. I smiled and took the bread from his hand after hearing his confident words. I was actually thinking, we shouldn't have to split it three-way. We'll split ours with the kid because Orlok's the one that needs his energy to fight. We're just not good at... He's going to have to carry our ass. So you eat your fair share. I'll split mine with the kid because, if I pass out, you can run and carry me. If you pass out, I'm fucked. That's all I'm saying. Look. Logic. The boy gave us his name, Luca. Luca visited us at our makeshift home randomly and constantly. He came by in the morning and at night. He visited us practically every day. He's fucking adopted now. We just adopted a stray. At first, Orlok kept his distance from him, but soon enough they began talking to each other. Time passed. It was 3 days since Luca last visited. Oh no, he's dead. Oh no, something happened to our child. Welcome, Luca. Orlok was getting worried not seeing you here for a while. That Luca. They're like, here you go. They show us a little name card. We don't know what his name is. What? You were worried about me? That's not it. You see, I caught a cold. Huh? Are you alright? Yep, all better now. Orlok stepped in between us. I don't want her to catch her cold. Orlok. Aw, come on! Sis is fine. I'm gonna give you the cold then. Luca playfully tried to grab Orlok, but Orlok quickly sidestepped his lunge. I watched them both running around the place with a contented warmth in my heart. We basically just fucking adopted 2 goddamn kids. I know Orlok's our age and he's supposed to be we're eloping with him, he's our husband, and we just adopted a child. This is our life now. The town's been all weird recently. Luca began to talk during the meal. What's that church guy who came? Ross something. That guy's still here, What a weird guy. I mean, why did someone like him stay in this mafia town? So Bishop Rosberg is still here in Berlin. Just thinking that he could be still looking for us gripped my heart in a panic. Would you fucking think a week would go by and he'd magically forget? Oh, well, she disappeared. It's been a 5 whole minutes. She must already be dead. Whatevs. Speaking of the mafia guys, they've been pretty quiet lately. The Lao Shu are crazy, right? Well, not a single fight from them so far. Do the Lao Shu fight often? Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. Valeno's nearby, so there's always someone getting killed around here. What for? Well, the grown-ups don't really say anything, but people come here to buy drugs from the Lao Shu. Which is why no one here goes against the Lao Shu. Drugs? I didn't know the Lao Shu sold them. And these days, have the Lao Shu been moving? Moving? Like I said, they've been real quiet. As in, I've never seen them so quiet before. Kinda creepy, really. This town's never this quiet. I don't know anyone in Strano, so your information is a lot of help. Heh! Well, if you need info on this place, you can count on me! Luca looked proud about what he knew, but when he spoke again, he sounded more serious. I was born and raised right here in Strano, so knowing this place, I can tell you, living in Strano is the worst. Everyone here lives day to day, working so hard they can't do anything else. We ain't got the luxury to relax. Luca's words hit me hard. There were children his age back at church, but he chose to live here in Strano. I guess he has a reason to stay here. Luca didn't talk too much about himself, which is why we didn't ask much about him. But you guys are different from the people living here. Did we give you food? Luca gave an awkward smile. He must have seen the worried look on my face as I thought about how much he'd been through. Yeah, how do we have the money to be buying food? What is Orlok doing for money? He's like, I can get food for 3 people, no problem. Are you killing me? Are you stealing it? Are you doing back alley favors? What are you doing to get money for this food? You can't possibly be carrying around that much money. He's like, nah, I got my ATM card with me. That's not how... There were no ATM cards in the 20s. What the fuck? Where are you getting this money? Time passed. After dinner, we chatted a while. Luca looked sleepy. As I washed the dishes, I extended an invitation to him. Luca, why don't you rest for a bit?
I'm fine. I gotta get going.
Luca walked slowly with staggering steps. I had a feeling he was about to drop. Orlok, can you keep him company? He's gonna fall asleep outside at this rate.
Understood.
I finished cleaning the dishes and turned around. Luca was snoring on Orlok's lap. Oh my god, that's so cute. He's asleep? Orlok quietly nodded so that he wouldn't wake Luca. He's sleeping like a baby.
Yes.
Orlok was looking at Luca's sleeping face with an expression of kindness and care. Oh my god, we fucking adopted this kid. Even if it was for a brief moment, we enjoyed a moment together in peace. It was so calm in here that I almost forgot we were being hunted. Well, now we're gonna get some, like, hunted stuff, because, like, it's so brief. After that day, Luca went missing. Oh my god! I was literally like, okay, I know we already said, like, you can't hurt Leo, and you cannot hurt fucking Leo, I will still be pissed. But also, like, Luca did nothing wrong, and I'm like, if they fucking kill Luca, I'm probably gonna be a little upset. He went missing! Don't you fucking dare. Look, I hate it when games are like, look, here's your man, and he's talking about putting a baby in you, or now you're pregnant. Fuck that shit, I don't want any of that. But at the same time, in this, I'm like, Orlok is kind of the lolly boy in this game, but I still love him. Okay. We basically just become a family, and we adopted Luca, and I don't hate it. That shows you how good this game is and how much I love this game, that I will totally accept. We're, like, basically married to the lolly boy. We have a child. It's adorable. I'm okay with this. What is wrong with me? A midlife crisis is what's wrong with me. Okay. But, like, I do not like children, and it's not like, your biological clock is ticking on baby fever. Fuck no. Yeet that out. No babies. But, like, I actually think this is adorable, and, like, for them, I'm like, no, okay, this is cute. We just adopted him. How sweet. It had been a week since we last saw him. With the chill in the air, I could feel that winter was right around the corner. The abandoned home where we were staying had a draft that let in the cold air. I picked a loose plank and leaned it next to an opening to stop the cold air from coming in. I wonder if he caught another cold. I mumbled to myself absent-mindedly. Maybe he found someplace else. Orlok replied to me, knowing who I was referring to. Perhaps he was thinking about him too. I suppose that may be it, but if he did find someplace else, he could have at least said goodbye to us. I was sad enough if that were the case, but a part of me was thinking something else. Maybe he was really ill and suffering out there somewhere. Or maybe he got into a fight and was unable to move now. My imagination was running wild. Orlok, it's like, our kitten ran away. We don't know where he is. Literally what it is. We're looking for this man. We have to go find our missing stray cat. I want to go and look for Luca. It wouldn't be a good idea to go outside. But I can't just stay still like this. Aren't you worried about Luca? He closed his eyes and thought. After a pause, he opened his eyes. Fine, but we're going out together. Thank you, Orlok. He's like, here, and you're gonna wear a wig. We set out to look for Luca. I mean, it's the 20s. Didn't they not have hair dye in the 20s? I'm just thinking that they probably fucking had to. You had to have some way, or like, I don't know. Shave my head, chop my hair up, fix some way to disguise what I look like. They're looking for a blonde girl. And Orlok. We're looking for a dude with 2-color eyes, always wears a hood, looks a little shady, and a blonde chick. I mean, I think we're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. It was already late into the night. Strano wasn't very large, but it was dense with buildings close together. Looking for a single child here proved to be much more difficult than I thought. Hey, have you seen a boy? A grungy, dirty boy? Homeless? No, oh, there's a million of them. I'm just saying. It's late. We should head back. Just a little while longer. Orlok raised his brow, but he sighed and followed me from behind. Oh god, if he's dead. I looked around the dark alleys in search of Luca. It's going to be so much harder for us to get the fuck out of this town with 3 people. But I'm also thinking that if we haven't gotten out, they hid the road so that we're not going to get out. We're going to stay here, and the happy ending is staying here. You know what I mean? I mean, although in Nicola's route, we left. But was that in the happy ending, or was that just the normal ending? Where we were like, peace out, we're traveling around the world. You know? But I looked around the dark alleys in search of Luca. Suddenly, Orlok, over there! Oh no. I saw a small figure lying on the ground along an alley near Strano's border. Luca! I ran to him and held him in my arms. He has a fever. He's has a fever. I'll carry him. Let's hurry. Please. I wiped Luca's sweat with a cold towel. I had him drink some water, but his fever wasn't dropping at all. He's still hot, and his pulse is weakening. Luca's heavy breathing grew shallower. If he fucking dies in our arms, I'm gonna be sad. Orlok quietly placed the damp towel on Luca's forehead. He's suffering so much. Why? Why isn't God helping him? Orlok clenched his fist and spoke words of pain and sorrow. I mean, Orlok, you could have asked yourself the same question as you look around Strana. Why isn't God helping any of these people? And I'm sure that, like, super religious people go, well, okay, because whatever reasons. Reasons. There's some kind of reasons. But there's that doubt in your head, which has to, like... Orlok? Where are you? You're thinking, I did something wrong, so if I suffer, it's because of my sins. But you're looking at this innocent child. What did he do wrong? Aside from being born here. Orlok. Luca was moaning. We quickly looked at his complexion. Luca, are you all right?
Sis?
Luca was looking at me as if he was in a daze.
Am I going to die? If I die, will I be with God?
Luca, stop it. You'll be fine. Trust me. You'll feel better soon. We'll get a doctor to see you and... Luca's weak hand took hold of my arm. His small hand was trying hard to hold me back. Luca?
I stole things. I did bad things. So I probably can't go to heaven, right?
Oh my God. If you believe that God wouldn't forgive a poor child for doing terrible things if you felt guilty about it, then you're just a terrible person, is what I'm saying. Do you feel bad, Luca, about what you did? Yes? Did you... I stole so I didn't die and I feel terrible about it. You're forgiven. It's okay. I mean, I'm not saying you should go steal shit, but, like, I'm pretty sure he stole shit and did bad things to survive and not fucking die. Not like, oh, I stole this person's TV because I'm a douche canoe. Get a real fucking job, okay? The poor kid probably stole to fucking survive. Yes, he did douchey things, but otherwise he would have died years ago. He's just a child. Not saying stealing is right, but, I mean, again. Huh. Just die on the street at 5 years old or, like, steal so that I don't die. Luca's breathing seemed more pained. His face began to twist in fear.
Am I going to hell?
Poor fucking kid.
No, I don't wanna. Please.
Luca's voice was terrified. His pulse was weakening by the minute. A child at the church died from a fever. I was with that child until the very end. His image overlapped Luca's. It was happening again. No, even if a doctor came, it would be too late. I gently held the hand that was holding onto my arm. Oh my God, we're literally going to watch him die? What kind of happy ending is this bullshit? It's okay, Luca. You just need to be baptized, and then let's do it properly now. A rite required to become a follower of the church. It is said to symbolize a new life granted as God's child cleansed of sins. Orlok being such a good boy, making that poor kid feel good in his time of need. He'll be able to be with God.
Baptized?
I'm a member of the church with authority to perform a baptism. I'll make sure you can go to heaven. Orlok's sad eyes when he was looking at him is just... Orlok extended his right hand, but then he suddenly stopped. What is it? He looked hesitant. Am I able to administer a baptism? My hands have been covered in blood. I may not be able to get him to reach heaven with these stained hands. Orlok's right hand shook. God isn't with me now. God isn't with us. I turned my back on God. Hearing Orlok, Your hands are clean, that's a lie. Orlok, get a hold of yourself! Get it together, man! Slap! We need to do whatever we can right now. Also, you turned your back on Bishop Rosberg doesn't mean you turned your back on God. There's a distinct difference. Bishop Rosberg isn't God. But he speaks for God. Are you sure? I'm just saying. If you believe in God and you believe that he created us in his image and gave us fucking intelligence, you'd think he'd expect you to use it every once in a while and be like, I mean, Bishop Rosberg wanted me to kill someone, and maybe that's right, but like, I kind of doubt, and like, I understand. I'm not doubting God, I'm doubting this man, this human being. I'm just saying. Did God magically appear before you and be like, yo, Orlok, I need you to kill this bitch? No, he didn't, so I'm just saying. It's okay to doubt a human being. Orlok, you're fine. You're okay. Probably not, but like, I'm just saying, like, you still have something you can do for Luca. Even if you're lying to him, Orlok, just let the poor kid feel better at his time of death. So please. You're right. I need to help Luca. Don't doubt yourself. You're doubting yourself and you're going to make this poor kid go to hell, Orlok. Just have faith in yourself so that this poor child will rest easy. I cannot believe we're like watching this child die. What is wrong with this route? What is seriously wrong with this route? Okay, you stabbed Nicola. Oh my god, he died. And then it's like, no, we have to watch him die. And then, no, let's go to the funeral and watch everyone sob over him. Fuck you, game. And then this, look, we're a happy family. You're gonna kill this kid? And we gotta watch him die? Are you on crack, game? The fuck? I love this game. I really do. It is a goddamn... But this route is like, fuck you. Fuck this route. It's the happy ending. What? But it's so good. I mean, it gives you all the feels. It really does. I just don't want to continue because I don't want to watch this poor child die. Orlok slowly raised his hand over Luca's forehead. Luca, I'll baptize you now. Let us pray. Luca didn't respond. His eyes simply twitched a bit. Orlok dipped his hand into the water and touched Luca's forehead with a prayer. And don't worry, he will go to heaven, Luca. Thanks. Luca let out a weak smile. Then, Luca slowly closed his eyes. Oh my fucking god! His face was sweet and gentle, just like when he was sleeping on Orlok's lap before. Luca? Luca looked like he was really just asleep, like he was having a wonderful dream. His hand was still warm in mine. Only now, he wasn't breathing anymore. Like he didn't think this game could slap you any fucking harder in the face! Why did this happen? Orlok looked at Luca and muttered aloud, his voice strained, because the writers are trying to rip my fucking heart out. Was there any meaning in all of this? No, the writers are just assholes. Brilliant ones, because this does make you feel it. I'm just... Damn you. Luca was... I held back my tears. Luca was able to fall asleep with such peace because you baptized him. You did well, Orlok. Orlok gasped for air as he stood up and stumbled out of the room. For a moment, I wondered what I should do. I stood up and chased after him. Orlok was looking at the night sky. His wails resounded throughout the area. Oh, that's actually worse than Luca dying. I wanted to save him. Orlok. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful CG in it. Oh! Oh, the CG hurts worse than Luca dying. Oh my god. That brings tears to my eyes. I couldn't leave Orlok alone like this, out here in the open. Oh no. This whole route is such a fucking travesty. I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. I hate it because it makes me feel. You made me almost cry at Nicola fucking dying, and then you made me almost cry at his fucking funeral, like literally watery eyes, and then this. Oh, you can't do this to me. What the fuck? This isn't the tragic ending. This is the happy route. The hell? Damn it, game. Usually you get the feels like, oh, the happy feels. This game is like, did you want the stab you in the heart feel? Fuck! I embraced him from behind. It's a beautiful CG, though. It's so sad. Tears rolled from my eyes down my cheeks. Mine almost did. I couldn't do anything. God. God. Why didn't you do anything? Why? I held him as tightly as I could, as the voice of his grief cut through the air. Poor fucking thing. And there has been no God all along. We've been forsaken. Faith means nothing. His existential crisis is just devastating too. Like, the poor fucking thing. This was the first time I had seen him express anger and frustration toward God. Back at the church, I witnessed countless births and countless deaths. I had seen my share of pain and sorrow through the people. When I was younger, I was also angry and upset. I tried to calm Orlok, choosing my words carefully. That's not true. God has not forsaken us. There's a God out there. I know it. How can you say that? What God decides doesn't always make sense to us. We can't see what he sees. God's helping us to live strong lives. Also, I mean, honestly, every single time something bad happens, yes, you want to do that. Like, there is no fucking God! But the thing is if there is a God, and he controlled every little thing and made every single person, there was no... What kind of a life would that be? You know what I mean? You have to think about that. There's things that's like, alright, so somebody... Okay, here's all these people I'm going to put on this earth, and there you go! Figure it out! Like, we have... Our free will is on. Otherwise, we'd have no free will. You have the choice to decide things. Make your life what it is. And yeah, shit like this sucks and makes you doubt things, but doubting things is human nature. You have to overcome them. Whether you believe in God or not, or a purple spaghetti monster, whatever the fuck you want to believe in. Aliens. You know, whatever. Just the universe. It's just something out there, invisible, but it's not going to control everything. It's not going to solve everything for you. Because then life wouldn't really be worth a damn, would it? I'm like, oh, okay, everything is perfect. It'd be nice, though, halfway through my life, it'd be like, alright, so now in this last half of the life, could it be perfect? And can we stop the bullshit? Because, like, I'm just fucking exhausted. Like, poor Orlok. But the existential crisis moment is the worst. Whatever your existential crisis is, when you have that, you're like, the fuck? It's... We all go through it at some point. Poor Orlok. How do you expect me to believe that? It's only a belief. Yeah, well, yes, you may be right, but it's what I believe from the bottom of my heart. I believe that I've been able to survive until now because of God's blessings. I don't remember who my parents are, but I was able to live happily at the church. I met you, Orlok. You saved me. And that's why I'm still alive, even with the Mafia after us. It's really the church after you that's the worst part, but won't go there. It'll break Orlok a little more. Don't you think this is a blessing? But God gave us the opportunity to come together. Luca was able to meet you, Orlok. I don't think that was a coincidence. But I couldn't do anything for him. No, you helped make Luca's departure a peaceful one. Tears filled my eyes again, just thinking about Luca's sweet and calm expression. I mean, that's kind of true. Orlok wants to look at it like, God should have saved him, and it's like, but if you want to believe in fate or destiny, then he was going to die anyway in this moment. But you helped make his death peaceful instead of him suffering. I mean... Orlok, you saved Luca's soul. God has his own plan. Perhaps we can't count on being saved by faith alone. But you did save Luca, and I think that's significant. Orlok quietly listened to me, then took a deep breath. After a long silence, "Thank you, Space. You're my savior. No matter what happens, you'll always be my savior." Instead of replying with words, I embraced Orlok even stronger. Him just breaking down, though, is just so fucking hurts. Under the star-dusted sky, we sought salvation from each other. Well, that sounds a little intense. Phrasing on that one. I don't think you meant what I think you meant, but under the night sky, at least go in the house. God, inappropriate. That's exactly not at all what they meant, but it's still me like, hello. All right, just want to see what time. The next day, we buried Luca's body in silence. A crimson red bled across the sky. By the time we returned, night had settled in. We trudged back to our home without a single word exchanged. Oh. Who's saying finally back? I was growing tired of waiting. I don't think it'd be Bishop Rosberg, but... Oh, it's Yang. Okay. I was like, it's not Bishop Rosberg because he wouldn't set foot in this area, but... Well, not without his entourage. And also, he's going to come out here on his own. People are going to see him, and then he's going to kill it. You know what I mean? A silhouette stood near the entrance. Hey! How you doing, sweet cheeks? What? What, I'm not allowed to hit on him in this? Whatever. Orlok quietly positioned himself in front of me. After all this time, no words of welcome for me? How unkind. To think you're in grief over a measly worm among the filthy maggots here in Strano. How dare he! Yang's words infuriated me. I mean, he doesn't even care about Lon or Faye, for fuck's sake. But then it dawned on me that Yang knew we lived here. Yang, take that back! Orlok yelled in anger at Yang. Yang simply smiled eerily. I have complete confidence in what I say, so no, I won't take it back. But if you really want me to, use that dagger of yours and make me. Okay, look, I love Yang, but if, Orlok killed Yang right now, I probably wouldn't be that upset about it. Again, Yang is one of those characters that you love him. I love him. I love our trash husband. I fucking love him. But, when people kill him, it's like he kind of deserved it. I don't feel bad about it. No, I don't want to kill anymore. I felt bad, a little bit bad in his normal ending, because you're like, wait, we're in his route. What? And his tragic ending, it was like, look, I'm just still in denial about that, okay? No, he totally loved us. He's just deluded, right? And then he's like, nah, I was just fucking with you. What? Because it makes you doubt the happy ending. You're like, wait, are you still just fucking with us in the happy ending? Or did you really, I'm confused now. Wait, what? It makes me question all my life choices, and I don't like that. I don't like it when the game makes me question my life choices, okay? Look, I fell in love with our trash husband, and I want him to love us too. So the tragic ending, I'm just going to live in denial and be like, see, he just didn't realize he was in love with us, and that's why he keeps thinking about us, right? Please, God, tell me what, huh? No, don't. What? I'm just saying. Of course, then again, and I'm sure in the tragic ending for Orlok, he's going to kill us. But totally understandable. No, I don't want to kill anymore. And that applies to the likes of you, too. Oh, Orlok. You killed Nicola, but you won't kill this bitch? Just saying. Do you think I'd take no for an answer? Huh. Something bad was about to happen. I mean, Yang showed up, so therefore yes. Suddenly... Someone grabbed me from behind. I felt the cold, sharp back of a knife touch my neck. I may be able to wrestle myself out of... Don't even try. Wait, wasn't he sleeping back there? There was a lot of people living on the streets here, so it wasn't unusual to see people sleeping along the walls. The sight of it was normal to me. Unbelievable. Can't believe you made me do this. He sounds familiar. The man let out a sigh, then threw out the cloth he had draped over himself. I figured it was... Whoa, what the hell? Oh no, okay. I thought it skipped the next... Well, Lee? I mean, I knew it was going to be Lee, come on. I looked around at the others against the wall. I thought they were Strano residents, but they all looked at me with cold eyes. Don't tell me they're all Lao Shu. They were all covered in blankets, but I'm just saying if we were wandering around Strano and you just saw a lot of Chinese people, you would have probably made the assumption that they were with the Lao Shu. They were all covered and it's dark, but I'm just saying if she was like, huh, there's an awful lot of Chinese looking people in this town, chances are they work for the Lao Shu. I'm just saying it's Italy. I am sure this situation isn't a much of a disadvantage to you. Let her go. As long as you play with me, no harm will come to her. Now then, what do you say, Orlok? Fine. I'll defeat you before freeing her. Now you're talking. Let's go. Orlok! The battle between the two began. Yang brandished a curved blade in each hand. He swung them at once against Orlok. This is where Yang dies. Orlok barely avoided them. He jumped to the side, then kicked the ground to close in on Yang. Okay, Orlok's, we're not to his happy ending yet. We still also have one more bad ending we have to save for. Yang is definitely going to die here. Orlok is definitely not going to die here. Yang is most likely going to die. That's my bet. Yang's going to die here. If he doesn't, it's like, what the hell's the point of this? Orlok dodged Yang's swings and stabbed him in the thigh. Blood spewed from Yang's leg. For a moment, I turned my eyes away. But I should watch Orlok fight. He's fighting for me. It was the only thing I could do now. I needed to see the outcome of the battle. He was blown back. Orlok! Yang kicked him away with his unharmed leg. What? Is that all you have? Don't taunt him. You're gonna die, bitch. Yang pulled the dagger out of his thigh, then tossed it back to Orlok. I was certain that I saw Orlok's dagger pierce through Yang's leg. Despite the depth of the wound, Yang didn't show any sign of pain. 'Cause he crazy. Try and kill me. Orlok picked up the dagger and positions himself. I liked your sharp eyes from before, but now you become weak. Too bad. I suppose your master has dulled you. That's rude. We haven't dulled him yet. Oh, wait. Was that an innuendo that you were trying? Oh, no. Okay, it's just me. Whatever. Orlok immediately closed in again and thrusted his dagger at Yang. Yang quickly parried the strike. Ah, now you want to play? But you're still not ready. Yang swung his blade. It looked like Orlok avoided the slash, but it must have grazed him. Blood began to seep from Orlok's abdomen. Make no mistake, Orlok. If you lose, you and that girl will die. Yang closed in to take a swing. Orlok was moving away from Yang to try and find an opening. He seems hesitant to strike. He wasn't moving like before. Orlok, kill him! Orlok's body became etched with cuts each time Yang swung his blades. You wanna die? Why, you... Yang's expression didn't change at all. He was hit a good number of times with the dagger Orlok was using. Still, Yang moved around as if it didn't hurt at all, because he's crazy. He ran toward Orlok with blood spewing out of his punctured leg. Literally, Yang is the Black Knight in fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like, it's only a flesh wound. Your bloody arm's cut off! He's just like, I'm fine. Spewing blood everywhere. Like, he's just gonna be there forever. I felt a shiver go down my spine. Was he really human? No. Your moves are too simple. Why aren't you aiming for my heart, my skull, or my spine, or any other critical areas? I told you already, I don't want to kill. I don't want to kill without any reason. The reason being, Yang is a psychopath. I'll still beat you, but without taking your life. Yang's like, that's not fun. The fire in Yang's eyes started to fade. He's like, well, this isn't fun anymore. He gave a deep sigh. He turned around and looked at Lee. Do it. Understood. I felt something hit me. He punched me hard in the stomach. I felt agonizing pain spread through my body. Space! Orlok screamed my name. Ugh! My stomach was churning. I couldn't keep myself up. I felt like I was going to collapse. But he forces me to stand, then struck me again. The pain was excruciating. Yang, you said you wouldn't harm her. Oh, you thought I'd keep my promise? You forget who you're dealing with, disciple. But this is your fault. You're boring me here, Orlok. If you're not going to play with me, then I'll play with our dear saint here. Stop! Yang's smile widened, hearing a scream. Stop? Our saint won't involve herself with me? Which means she'll bore me too. Too bad. Well, I have no use for a hostage that won't do anything. I should kill her. I'll kill you. I could hear the faint sound of his voice with no trace of emotion. I'll kill every last one of you. Then suddenly, Orlok vanished from sight. What? Yang stifled a yell. In front of him was Orlok. I heard the sound of a blade cutting flesh. Orlok pulled back. Vibrant red blood gushed forth. Wow. Orlok vanished from sight again. Suddenly I was released. I crumpled to my knees. At the same time, Lee dropped to the ground in front of me. The thick smell of blood filled the air. Why you? The Lao Shu who surrounded us were pointing their guns at Orlok. Orlok vanished again without a sound. He moving faster than you can see. Whoa! Like Jesus. Ah! The men fell to the ground like toys. The moonlight reflected an eerie red flowing over the Strano alley. That's it. Good, Orlok. Yang was laughing like a madman, and he's not dead yet. He was still standing, despite the amount of blood spilling from his body. Ah, yes. Death needs to be this grandiose. You were the one I was waiting for. The one who could kill me. Orlok stood silently in front of me. Like, poor Yang's got mental fucking problems. Like, he gently lifted me up from the ground. You won't get away, Orlok! I'll show you that you can only survive in a blood-stained world. Don't deceive yourself. You're one of us. Even if you die, you'll forever be... Laughing. He was crazy. Orlok turned his back on Yang's mad laughter and ran off with me in his arms. Like fucking shit! Oh look, hey, we're at the place now. A little under time, but... Alright, let's go a little bit longer and we'll see what this scene is. He sped through the streets. He finally stopped at a hill outside of town, and I think this is the one this is developed. We're supposed to skip this one. Okay. He lowered me down, then dusted the dirt off my legs. Are you okay? It hurts a bit, but... No, so much? Not so much. Despite the battle he'd been through, he'd hardly a drop of blood on him. I was sure we both smelled of blood from being surrounded by the dead and dying, but I felt desensitized to the smell in my current state. Where are we? Oh, we can't stay in Strano, so I was thinking of hiding out here. But... so open. I looked around the area. We were at the hills northeast of Berlin. This place was known for its eerie ruins that no one dared venture near. I heard the rumors that the Grim Reaper appears here in the ruins. I do hope we'll be okay. I took some consolation in the idea that no one in their right mind would come here. And don't worry, I know this place well. You do? I've been here many times, and I've never seen a Grim Reaper around. Oh, they're talking about you! Wait, could the Grim Reaper be Orlok? I mean, hello! Anyway. Oh, wow, the Meanwhile story is still there. They really want you to read that. But we ain't gonna. But we will stop here. And then, I like how it's like, this is the only time a Meanwhile story pops up and it's there for fucking ever. But we're supposed to skip it, so. Stop Meanwhile story, I'm skipping you. We'll do it when we do the tragic ending. But we will continue in the next part and then continue, maybe get our, I don't know if we'll get our best ending or not. Because chapter 8 is the best ending, but we still have a choice left here, so maybe another part or 2 for our bestie ending and stuff. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.